Picture this. You wake up every single morning, and the first thing that you do is you walk over to the mirror and you picture yourself in your head. God, I'm fat and I'm disgusting. I hate the way that I look. In all seriousness, though, most men, such as I, really want to achieve their desired look, their desired body, right? And as much as women would say that the abdominals don't matter, first thing that you would look at is abs, correct? It is the peak fulfillment of human male form. But unfortunately, most people in their lifetime will not be able to achieve a six-pack. Let me show you some clear-cut reasons on why you won't be able to achieve a six-pack in your life. First of all, you eat like absolute dog shit. Now, I know what you're gonna follow that up with. Well, I just make sure to eat in a caloric deficit when I'm trying to cut, and I just eat in a caloric surplus when I'm trying to bulk. That belief, along with as long as it fits my macros, works mostly for people with exceptional genetics and for people who are supplementing the secret sauce.
200 grams of protein just to maintain the muscle mass that I have. And then in order to get my calories in, I just backfill whatever I feel like to get the calories. And so whether that's cookies, whether it's pies, whether it's cupcakes, or a big bowl of pasta and rice, it doesn't really matter. They give me TRT, Trevor has just been overseeing it since.
But no worries, broski. You can still divert the want to give up on your goals and instead fuel the creation of a healthy dietary routine. These are the 4 primary pillars of what a healthy diet should look like. In the first place, if you're trying to lose weight in order to get a six-pack, you should focus on increasing the quality of your food that you consume in terms of nutrients and volume. For example, switching from primarily moderate and high glycemic diet of carbohydrates, you should consume more vegetables, which are denser and lower calorie, leaving you satiated for longer. And if you want starches, opt out for potatoes, or quinoa, or even cornmeal, which are denser and have less calorie per serving. It is a must that you have a high protein diet to achieve your goals. So try to hit around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Quality protein and high protein diets are necessary for building and maintaining muscle mass. The recommended daily allowance, which is around 0.5 to 0.8 grams per pound, is often misunderstood as the recommended amount, but it's only the amount just so you can keep muscle mass on you, right? Consuming higher protein diets within the acceptable macronutrient distribution range of about 1 gram to higher than 1 gram can lead to greater strength, greater muscle mass gains, muscle mass prevention during negative energy balance, which is happening when you're cutting weight. Did you know that your gut health and the bacteria in your gut can also play a very positive role in gaining muscle mass? Well, recent studies have shown that actually maintaining the gut microbiome can impact the maintenance of skeletal muscle mass and can even increase muscle mass to body weight ratio. Many bacterial factors have been found to positively affect muscle mass. So if you're looking to gain muscle, it's also very much so important to take care of your gut health and incorporating probiotics into your diet, which may be a key factor in achieving your goals, right? So highly suggest looking into pickle foods and fermented foods, such as yogurt, pickles, or kimchi. Finally, you just gotta stay consistent with your diet, bro. You can't just eat healthy for a week and then call it a cheat day and then proceed to binge drink more than Steve will do it in a dimly lit place surrounded by minors. You gotta break the constant cycle of relapsing to shitty consumption habits, whether it be low quality food or substances. You should look for joy within the small things, such as a nicely prepared meal, not from extreme neuromodulation, which you seek as a result of medial life.
I just had sex. I'm about to eat nachos! It's the greatest moment of my life!
That brings us to our next point. Your lifestyle is catabolic. You get shit sleep. It's a fact that if you're looking to gain muscle mass, it's very important to prioritize not only your sleep schedule, but also the sleep quality. Shit sleep quality and short sleep duration are simply associated with a higher risk of muscle mass reduction and decreased muscle strength. Boom, study results. Men who slept for less than 6 hours had poorer strength than those who slept for 7 to 8 hours or over 8 hours. Wow, how fucking astounding. Cue what Matt Frazier, 5-time consecutive CrossFit Games winner, said about sleep.
sleep weren't a normal thing, it would be a banned substance. Banned substance. Banned substance.
Okay, you wake up, you do your morning routine, you don't eat breakfast because you're not hungry, and then you proceed to stop at Starbucks to purchase this fucking monstrosity of a thing before catching the train to work, only to spend half of your day sitting. The most cardio you do is standing up from the cubicle in your department to walk over to HR. And then you take the train home to engage in your favorite 5 to 2 activity. That is 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. and it would be glued to a touchscreen, consuming information and media that would be worthless to your life. Your constant social media consumption and digital exposure are plummeting your dopamine levels and motivation for self-improvement. Studies have found that a higher proportion of social app interactions correlates with a lower dopamine synthesis capacity in the bilateral putamen. Very simply put, the more time you spend on social media, the less dopamine your brain produces, which can lead to decreased motivation and behavioral variability. The state of a consumerist dystopia that we exist in has architected a system for brain degeneration, where it reduces our capacity to nothing but a viewer, a follower, or a product demander. Scrolling nonstop, coupled with your other dopamine plummeting activities such as porn, poor stress management, you can find yourself to a doomer lifestyle where you can only pity yourself for being so miserable. The last point that I'm going to touch on is your training style. You're either not doing enough or you're doing too much. So this could either manifest itself in not pushing yourself enough and training with little intensity, or ego lifting to the point you look like a fucking pendulum swing. Okay, so if you think these high schoolers in the 1960s have a better physique and a more fulfilling workout regimen than you, it's time to change everything you know about fitness. Okay, so you should structure your workouts around multi-joint exercises or compound movements, some of which are the classic squat, bench, and deadlift. Allocating most of the work you do during your workouts on multi-joint exercises is more efficient because they have more VO2 max and muscle thickness gains compared to single joint exercises. After that come the single joint exercises to really dial in that aesthetic look for muscle groups that you really want to work on. Just a fair warning, if you train abs frequently, you will not achieve a lean look if you have too much body fat. You'll just condition your muscles more and just look like this guy.
Yo, y'all on some fuck shit, right?
The truth is, the most important aspect of working out is indeed challenging yourself. Not just your physical capabilities, but your mind as well. The fulfillment doesn't come from achievement of your objective ideal, but instead the journey to achieve it. When you create a vision for yourself, it will come in fruition through the attainment of intermediate pedestals, which will constitute a more fit version of you. Treat working out like a video game, where you can max out all physical feats, but without a cap limit progression, for a complacency of status will leave you unable to achieve your best. This point from Mike Menser, who is an acclaimed bodybuilder, is a very valid piece of lifter philosophy.
In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose. Once your goal is sharply but realistically defined, all that remains is carrying out your plan. Don't, however, worry about your individual potential. Potential is only the expression of a possibility, something that can be assessed accurately only in retrospect. In other words, you'll never know how good you might have become unless you try. So let's get with it.
There's no point in being sad about your past and the events that lead you to this fateful moment. So you must live your life in the present and take the best actions for yourself you can. It's time to straddle opportunity like a bull and fulfill your ideal aesthetics by pushing the boundaries of what is possible. At some point in your life, you will look back at your training journey and be thankful for the notion of challenging yourself along the path.